I've been trying to survive. The glow that the sun gets right around sunset helps me realize.
Welcome everybody to today's lesson about graphing lines. In today's lesson, we're going to focus on using the form y equals mx plus b. This is also known as slope-intercept form. The reason for that is because we use the slope and the y-intercept to come up with my points for my line. In our form, or our equation, m represents the slope and b represents the y-intercept. Let's talk a little bit about what those words mean. The slope is the constant rate of change for the line. In the context of this equation, we often refer to it as the rise over the run, or how much to go up versus how much to go over. The y-intercept is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. And you remember the y-axis is the vertical axis. So, how does that translate to getting a line on this graph? Well, let's look at example number 1. First, let's pick out the slope and the y-intercept. The slope will always be the number with the variable x. So, in this situation, that's 3. The y-intercept is always the value that's by itself, or the constant. In this situation, that's -2, and we can't forget about that minus sign out in front. So our y-intercept in this situation is -2. So how do I translate this onto a graph? Well, I'm going to start with the y-intercept. I'm going to start on the y-axis at -2. That's right down here. Now you remember we referred to the slope as the rise over the run. Well, since the number is 3, that can be written as 3 over 1. So I'm going to go up 3 units and then to the right 1 unit. I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, to the right 1, and I put a point. Now, I have 2 points, and that's enough to graph a line. So I'm going to do my best to connect these dots with a nice straight line. And there you have it. Notice, my line has arrows at both ends. This tells me that my line continues on forever and ever. Also notice that the line extends past those 2 points. Make sure on your graph you've used a straight edge, you've got arrows on both sides, and the line extends past your 2 points. Alright, let's look at example number 2. Again, pick out your slope and your y-intercept. Alright, in this example my slope is -2. We could also write that as -2 over 1. And my y-intercept is 5. We know that because it's the number all by itself. So I'll start up here at 5. Now my slope is -2 over 1. So that tells me I need to go down 2 units and to the right 1. Sorry folks, that's the bell at school. Alright, moving down 2 units and then to the right 1. Again, I have my 2 points, and that's enough to connect with a straight line. Do my best. There we go. Pretty good. Remember, straight edge and an arrow on both sides. Let's look at a couple more examples. In example number 3, I'm going to find my slope and the y-intercept. The slope is the value with the x. In this case, that's 2/3. My y-intercept, that's 2. So I always start with the y-intercept. I go to the value 2 on the y-axis. Now, when my slope is written as a fraction, it's pretty nice. It tells me, here's my rise, and then the bottom is my run. So I will be moving up 2 units, and then to the right 3. So up 2, 1, 2, to the right 3 units, 1, 2, 3. I will then connect my 2 points with a nice straight line. Okay, example number 4. My slope is the number with x, negative 3/2. My y-intercept is the number all by itself, my constant, which is 5. This tells me I'm going to start at 5 on the y-axis, and because my slope is negative now, this top number is negative, I'll be moving down 3 units and to the right 2. Notice I'm always moving to the right. I'll move up or down based on the negative, but I'll always be moving to the right. So I'm going to move down 3, 1, 2, 3, and then to the right 2, 1, 2. Put my point, and I'll connect the dots. Wow, I really whiffed. Let's try that again. Much better. All right, let's give you a try. These next 2 questions are OYO on your own. Please pause the video, try the 2 questions, and then check your answer. For question 1, you should have noticed that the y-intercept is 3, and the slope is 3. Could also be written as 3/1. So you should have moved up 3, 1, 2, 3, to the right 1, and connected with a nice straight line. Question number 2, your y-intercept is 2, so you should have been at 2 on the y-axis to start, and your slope is -1, 4. So you should be moving down 1 to the right 4. Okay, we'll take notice of the scale here on the graph. I'm over at 4 here, down 1 to the right 4. I should be connecting it with a nice straight line. There you have it, folks. There's graphing lines using the form y equals mx plus b. Hope you learned a lot, and if you have questions, come to class prepared to ask. Stay tuned for the next edition from Garris Math.